I'm not a religious person. I never remember believing in a God, but I do think about religion, and I do think about God, and I have read a lot of the Bible, actually. I think you could learn a lot from the Bible. I think that we'd learn more from the Bible than we about civilization and about humans and about our society and us as a species. I think we'd learn more about that, learn more about us from the Bible, from studying the Bible or the Quran, than we ever could learn from a history book, because a history book just gives you dates and places, whereas like the Bible talks about like emotions and thoughts and beliefs, and that deciphers places, times, and people. You know, I mean, if we don't know our emotions, if we can't understand that part, then how can we? But I mean, the Bible was written by people. The Bible was written by people talking about how they think God would want us to live our life, what's morally correct or incorrect. And yes, there's a lot of hate and there's a lot of torture and corruption in the Bible, but there's also, but that's life, like, do you know, but there's also a lot of brilliance in the Bible. There's a lot of enlightened people in the Bible, and there's a lot of beauty in the Bible. I mean, you could pick anything out of it, like, for even the beginning, like the first chapter of the Bible, Genesis 1, it's the creation story. And I'm not saying look at the creation story as a legitimate way of explaining how the planet came to be, but look at it as a poem, and look at it as, you know, this was written by one enlightened individual. You know, they had an understanding of the planet, you know, and they had an understanding of our purpose on the planet. And it's just up to you to interpret that. You know, it's like poetry, you know, you can interpret it however you want. But with the creation story, you probably know what it is, but like, you know, the world is created in 6 days. And in the beginning there was darkness, and God created light, and he called the light day. And then there was evening and morning, and then the first day came to be. So we're on Monday, it's day 1. And on the first day, God created heaven. So he created the sky and heaven. And then on the second day, God created the earth. And he wanted plants and trees to grow on the earth. And then on the third day, he created the sun, moon, and stars. And on the fourth day, he created all the animals in the sky and all the animals in the sea. And on the Friday, he created all the land animals. And on the Saturday, on the 6th day, he created man. And it says in the Bible, you know, like, our purpose is to rule over the animals, to rule over all the animals in the sky and all the animals in the sea and all the animals on the land, and to conquer the land. That everything on the land, every tree, every plant, everything, every ounce of this planet is ours, is man. We own everything. It doesn't say own, it says we are to conquer everything. We are to rule everything. Conquer and rule. You can take that however you want. You can take to conquer, some people might do, you know, they might take conquer as to destroy and to damage. Like, but to me, to conquer means, like, if I conquered this land, if this land here I'm sitting on, if this is my land, this is your land, this is our land. It doesn't say own land individually. It says man, like everything is ours, like all of ours. Like, I don't own this land and you don't own that land over there. We all own the land together. It's all ours. Everything is ours. And the same with the animals, you know. I don't own this dog and you own that dog. We all own them together. Everything is together. We're supposed to be doing this together. We're supposed to rule the planet, rule the animals together. You know, and if I was to conquer something and rule something, to me, conquer and rule, like, what kind of ruler do you want to be? Like, if I was to rule a land, I would look after my kingdom. I would look after, you know, I mean, what kind of king or queen do you want to be? Like, you know, I mean, I don't want to be the kind of queen that conquers and destroys. I want to be the kind of queen who rules the kingdom and looks after the people of her kingdom. That's what a good king or a good queen would do. That's fascinating, as far as I'm concerned. That book was written hundreds of years ago, and it makes a lot of sense. You know, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. To rule and conquer. And we're doing a really shitty job of it.